Wow, that was a wah, ba, 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 ba. It was tight. I literally was like, I don't know what was going on there, my timing.
We're still rolling?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're still rolling.
Yeah. How heavy was that?
Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, for posts, it might not be as much as I...
So it was about a minute heavy.
Okay. Well, you know, we can do it. All right. So... All right, now we're in afterthoughts. So everybody can relax and, you know, like, oh, exactly what you guys just did. You literally just moved into a comfort space. Okay, we just have a few minutes, but is there anything that you forgot to say, you wanted to say, or you wanted to ask somebody in the after show thoughts that we missed, that I missed, or you wanted to ask somebody? Is there anything that you wanted to say?
I really wanted to emphasize the role of other people in identifying your calling, because it's your calling and the purpose is not far away. Sometimes people say, oh, you should be doing this, you know, you get those comments. I think we should pay attention to those, you should be doing XYZ, right? Comments more, and actually start doing it. I think as women, we tend to deflect those comments like, oh, no, no, no. But when someone says, I think you'll be great at this,
Yeah.
think about that comment, because they are seeing something in you that you may not see in yourself or you may take for granted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
There's always like that. There's always like that confirmation and reconfirmation, and
Yes.
God will speak to our heart, and there's that prompting. There's community that will like come alongside and affirm that. But I feel like it's you know, if you close your eyes and ask yourself, if money and survival was not a concern, what is the thing I could do for the rest of my life? And it's somewhere in that field.
I think that you're right about, you do need a community where people can like pull that out of you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when
Absolutely.
you're too much in your head, you
Yes.
get all confused, and then it's
Yeah.
too overwhelming. Then you write a list that's too long. But if somebody said, actually, I see in you this and this,
Yes.
maybe think about it and see if I'm right with that. I think
Yeah.
that would help a lot more people.
And the prevailing voice, like, because people will project. Sometimes they have too much fried chicken. They just want to.
Or avocado toast.
You know, just
Fried
and you're
chicken
like,
or avocado
okay, like,
toast.
do not make permanent decisions on temporary advice. But if there's a thread, if there's like, I keep hearing this, like, pastor keeps coming up, and like,
Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm hungry for lunch.
what? Oh,
So I was thinking fried chicken and threw me. Sorry. But I get what you're saying.
Yes,
I get what you're
yes,
saying.
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you're quiet. This is afterthoughts.
Yes,
Any afterthoughts? Oh, you're thinking. Okay. No, I agree. I think it's hard, and it's funny because people are so stuck on it. And I always just say, just start doing. Like, as you go about life,
Yeah.
here's the thing what I've realized. As a Christian now, in these very young years of my life, very young.
Yes.
You know, always in my life as a Christian, they were always like, you know, you're gonna have to find a specific purpose and great calling, and you were meant for greatness. And then that set us up for a lot of failure in the church. Because what if, just like my girlfriend, you have an autistic child that takes you to the home, and that's all you do. But yet you've been told you are gonna do something great on the platform, and yet you're going, well, wait a second, I can't,
Yeah.
because I have a son who has autism.
Yeah.
So then there becomes, people start getting depressed. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. God, you've cheated me on a life that's worthy. And then that's all wrong. That theology and speak is all wrong.
Yeah.
And we better be very careful
Yeah.
as the church and as people of faith and women to be careful not to speak that, to say, what is right now where you're at that you have that you can make the greatest influence and impact?
Yeah.
Right here, your kids, your school,
Absolutely.
your
Yeah.
wherever you are,
Yeah.
you do it there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I think we've created way too many people searching out there
Yeah.
when it's actually right here.
Yeah, and
You know?
and can I add this? And trust God as your provider.
Yes.
I think that many times people don't step into purpose because they're afraid that that there's no provision in it, and that somehow I won't. You know, fear of money, fear of like needs to be met.
Right.
I could speak for myself. I was a real estate agent for 15 years. A good one, and had no worries about money. But what was happening is in my heart, people were becoming numbers. They weren't becoming people. Like, you were a sale to me, like blah 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 blah. Sign here.
You're
Just
my Disney World
Stop
ticket,
talking
right?
inside, right?
Right? You're
It was
my
getting
vacation
really
ticket. Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
And so there was a crossroads because I was being called to people, and to see people as souls, and the most broken, the most at risk, the most, right, of everything. And the two couldn't mix, so I had to make a decision. And what was was hard for me. It was like, well, if I give up all of this money and these resources, are you gonna? Let's have a conversation,
And sometimes
God,
it doesn't.
right?
Sometimes it's the sacrifice and the risk that you might lose all your money.
But there is a trusting that God is
Right.
asking from us
100%. 100%.
as we step into
And
prayer.
if I can add to that, sometimes God doesn't call us to give up our day jobs immediately. I think there is that perception by people that following your calling and purpose means that you give up your day job. And that's one of the things that I kind of happen when I coach women. You don't have to give up your day job today in order to follow purpose and calling. What is that one step? What is that 1 degree of change you can make that can take you closer or take you in the direction of purpose? You don't have to quit your job and then, like, God, what now?
Right.
Yeah? So I think
That's
people
good.
should be encouraged that where they are at right now, they can begin to take steps in the direction of, in fact, let's not even just call it purpose, of pursuing meaning, pursuing that dream that they have in their heart.
Yeah.
You know,
To feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it may be just volunteering at a shelter
Right.
on a weekend.
Absolutely.
Could be the first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. And I think we as women need to create that kind of culture
Yeah.
and standard. Like I think that if we're, a daughter, stepdaughter, but daughter, Sophie, who's 13, and she's looking, like, how am I living out my life? What am I searching for, reaching for?
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be us in the next generation and where we're at in our community and families to really do that well. All right, I'm getting we're over
So
for our after
good.
show thoughts. So
This was
thank you
great.
so much.
Yeah.
And we will definitely have you guys back sometime again. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.